Hello. 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 Hello, this is Pahadi David live stream. How are you? I'm in Nepali Himalayas. Hello, namaste everybody. Welcome to Pahadi David's live stream from Nepali Himalayas. I'm Pahadi David, Mountain David, Mountain David. Hi, how are you, CJ? Fine, thank you. I'm fine, thanks. How are you? I had a very nice meal today. Ah, wow, wow, wow. No, I stopped eating the fried rice. The fried rice was not consistent. One day, really tasty. The next day, much less taste. So I stopped eating the fried rice in Darman. But I can get near Darman Top there, I can get if I walk up there sometimes. I didn't visit there since 2 or 3 weeks. How are you, CJ? Are you fine? Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Wow, wow, wow. Nice to see you again. And I'm Himalayan greeting to you. Namaste and Swagatam. Welcome. Um, I'm in Nepal. My name is Pahadi David on YouTube because in the Himalayas, Pahari means mountain. And in my lifetime, coming and going, I've spent half of my lifetime living in the Himalayas, so I call myself Mountain David. My background actually is Anglo-Australian. Anglo-Australian, that's easy to understand. That's it now. We're in the central Himalayas here, Nepal, a lovely hill resort at 8,000 feet altitude called Daman, D-A-M-A-N. Yes, CJ, we're working on Wi-Fi at the moment. I think it's okay. How is connectivity tonight at your side, on your side there, CJ? How's connectivity out of 10 points? Is it okay? Yeah, I had a nice night last night. Now is my regular night off. Welcome to my live stream. We're here since 10 months now. We're doing this live stream on YouTube. I'm Pahadi David, Mountain David, originally from Australia and England. Duramon God, Duramon God, Duramon God 8. Welcome to you, Doraemon. Nice to see your name. Um, are you a new viewer on this live stream? Is it your first time on this live stream? What's your location, Doramon God 8? What's your location? Can you tell us that? Yeah, I know. Well, when people come on with a new ID, hi, Korea. Hi, Korea. Welcome to the live stream, Korea. Himalayan greeting to you. Namaste, Swagatam. Welcome. How are you? Yes, CJ. I stopped eating the fried rice about 3 weeks ago. The cook chose sometimes to cook a really tasty one, and then next time, much less taste. So I thought, why let the cook disappoint me like that? Let's forget the fried rice. That's in the village. At Darman Top, 3 kilometers from here, I get a very consistent one when I walk up there, you know? I'm fine, thanks. Hi, Korea. And if you choose to tap the screen. You can send a like to this live stream. We will appreciate that. If you know that on this channel we discuss all subjects. On this live stream we discuss all subjects without fear. And so please, you can start any subjects. You can start to talk about any subjects which you choose, you know. And we can talk freely on those things, freely. Also, if you like, you can see on my channel video blogs which you may enjoy. Most of my video blogs I made in the Indian Himalayas, my oldest home there in Himalayas, in the north of India, where we speak Hindi and Kumani language. So most of those videos, the blogs, are in Hindi and Kumani language, sometimes English. It's 20 minutes before 7 now, so in 5 or 6 minutes it will be completely dark. You can see outside there. It will be dark in about 10 minutes. Yes, any subjects which you want to open, we can talk about, okay? Yes, CJ, I had a nice meal again today here in the Darman View Resort. Very generous with the food, and just had a Nepali vegetarian thali, 3 types of veggies, karela, bitter gourd, karela, and potato and peas, and pumpkin leaves, fried pumpkin leaves, and some dal. I asked them if they could give me some variety of dal. So they're cooking a 3rd type of dal now. In the market, in the restaurants here in Nepal, they're very conservative with the dal in the restaurants here in Nepal. They cook just basically 2 types of dal: the Nepali mas, Nepali urad ki dal, and Nepali, you can say, like a small malka ki dal. Very conservative. They just cook the 2, and that's it really. But I asked them to get the 3rd type. They call in Nepali rahar ko dal, arhar ki dal. So they're cooking that for me now too, and some cornmeal, makai ko halwa, makai ki halwa, and some salad. All right, Korea and Doraemon. If you want to send some more messages, it's your choice. Today again here in Darman, in about 80% failed this year. You have heard on the news probably today there was a terrible, terrible tragedy in the higher Himalayas here in Nepal, alongside one Bhote Kosi River here in Nepal. A number of people were killed suddenly from a lake, maybe a dam higher up on the Tibet-China border. A huge amount of water suddenly came down onto the Nepali side, and it's not sure how many people have lost their lives. It's possible in that lake or dam higher up on the Tibet-China side, they were doing some blasting, some construction and blasting, and suddenly, through human error, a huge amount of the lake side in the Bhote Kosi River. Still waiting for more news, more reports on it. CJ, since 10 minutes, no message. Please send another short message, CJ. And CJ Singer, how, out of 10 points, how is the Wi-Fi connectivity on your side there at the moment with this live stream? Out of 10 points. You can see now it's nearly dark. There are another 2 or 3 minutes. I'm in Daman, central Nepal in the Himalayan region. Somebody please send a new message. How's the Wi-Fi connectivity on your side tonight? Would you let me know? Out of 10 points, how is it? Welcome to your friend Pahadi David, Mountain David from England and Australia. Here as usual in the Himalayas. No messages on my side since 10 minutes. Can someone send a message, please? So I know the live stream is going okay. You can tap 2 times if you like on the screen to like this channel. I'm not sure about activity tonight. We're on mobile data now, okay? Can someone send me a message so I know the live stream is still okay? Someone send me a message. I may reboot my phone. Hi Rakesh. Namaste Rakesh from Kathmandu, Nepal. We've got small connectivity problem at the moment. I'm still in Daman, Rakesh. Time no see. Are you still here, Rakesh? Please reply. Okay, thanks, Rakesh. Thanks for it, right? Good. It is pinned. Thanks, Rakesh. The message is pinned. If any new Hi, Rashid. Yes, very bad tragedy today on this in Timure side on the Bote Kosi River. Very, very sad tragedy. Rakesh, is it true that on the Tibet-China border, on the Tibet side, they were doing some blasting in China, some blasting near the dam? They were blasting, and this caused the tragedy, the floods. Is that right? Hi there, Nightingale. How are you from the Philippines at the moment? Thanks to you and to my fellow senior. My fellow senior. Yeah, hi. Namaste to you, Nightingale. Um, we had some connectivity problem tonight, but it's okay now. I'm in Daman here, central Nepal, central Nepal, a semi-remote village. So sometimes we have Wi-Fi connectivity problems. Currently on mobile data. Nightingale, how is the connectivity, honestly? Audio out of 10, visual out of 10. How is it, honestly, at this time using data? Rakesh Rajput, please reply. I think we have good connectivity now. Are you still there, Rakesh? That's it. You can't do any better at the moment on that. All right. Now. Somebody tell me, how is connectivity at the moment out of 10 points? How is it? Otherwise, I'll switch over to Wi-Fi if it's available at the moment. Oh, that's nice. We've got 5 likes at the moment. As good as usual, I see. Oh, well, that's okay. Good, good. How are you, Nightingale? Did you have a nice day there again with your... Nightingale's having a 2-week stay in her birthplace, the Philippines, before going back to Australia. Nightingale, you may see a couple of messages tonight. There's been a terrible tragedy here in Nepal, near the Nepal Tibet China border. Terrible tragedy. Details are still coming through. Briefly, what happened It seems that on the Tibet-China side, on the other side, and the high Himalayas, the authorities were doing some blasting near a high lake or a high dam. And there was a mistake in the blasting procedure, and a huge amount of water was suddenly um, released southwards into the Nepal side, and it's just wiped out a number of villages on this Nepali river called the Bote Kosi River. Just suddenly whoosh, a huge amount of water suddenly entered along the rivers with much less water because this year Nepal's having an almost totally failed monsoon, Nightingale, and just waiting for more details. So you will understand. No, I won't change the connectivity. Thank you. Thank you. Good, good, good. Hi, Rakesh Rajput from Kathmandu. When you messaged, I was just reconnecting. So are you still there? Please send me another text, Rakesh. So, Nightingale, you will understand if some people stream their on this live and the mood is rather down at the moment, okay? We're not sure whether it was just a natural disaster up in the high Himalayas on a high lake or a high dam, I'm not sure, or whether the Chinese authorities were doing some blasting in that area and made a big mistake. We're just not sure at the moment. Well, here I am, Pahadi David, Mountain David, in the central Himalayas in Nepal. Yeah, very unfortunate, Nightingale. These things happen naturally or sometimes because of mankind's mismanagement, you know. A couple of years ago in my home area there in India, Nightingale, um, there was you might say at the moment a similar sort of tragedy. The end result was the same, where suddenly, especially in one big village in Uttarakhand, northern India, in the Himalayas, suddenly from the north, a huge water was just released into the river. And the cause of that was was it partly because of climate change? They're still not sure. This was 2 years ago in northern India. If because of climate change, a huge piece of glacier suddenly fell into a lake below it and pushed a huge amount of water downstream. That's why some people say between life and death, there's a very, very thin line. Between life and death, there is a very, very thin line. And especially now, because of mankind's mismanagement over hundreds of years, affecting the planet, the balance of the planet, climate, and everything like that, this thin line between life and death becomes more and more obvious, you know? Raksheet, who's driving at the moment, Raksheet just sent a couple of messages, that's all. He's saying he's having a 2-hour drive. Rakshit is one of the mainstays of this live stream. And he said, Happy Onam. Happy Onam. I think that's a regular yearly festival in the southwest of India, in Kerala state. They have some boat races and things like that. I explore the Himalayas. Hi there, explore the Himalayas. Um, from Kolkata, yes. Namaste to you. Aap kaise ho? Sab theek thak hai? Radhe, Radhe. I'm quite fine, thanks, Explore, but the mood in Nepal tonight is very, very low. There's just been a serious Himalayan river tragedy. So you can understand if people's mood is low on the live stream tonight, Explore. Anyhow, nice to see your familiar name, and please stay for a few minutes if you can, okay? Yes, up here in the Himalayas and any other huge mountains, because of the geography of the area, there are always chances of terrible tragedies, sometimes natural tragedies, sometimes man-made. These days with climate change, which was directly caused by some mismanagement from some human beings, we have to expect this, unfortunately. That's right. We humans may be responsible for this. I don't think it's going to stop any time. Sometimes natural disasters without any human involvement, and sometimes man-made disasters. That the information I'm getting at the moment, Explore, is that on the Tibetan side, in the high Himalayas, in a lake, a high mountain lake or dam, the authorities on the Tibetan Chinese side were doing some blasting, and the work went wrong terribly and caused this huge release of water from the lake downstream south into Nepal. I've seen a few pictures and it's just terrible. Just suddenly, a huge amount of water entered this big village without any warning, no announcement, just like that. So how are you there, Explorer? Are you getting your full amount of rain there? Otherwise, here in Nepal, Explore, in Nepal here so far, we're now more than halfway through the normal monsoon season, time-wise, and the Nepali monsoon so far has failed at least 80% less rain. And also, Explore, I understand, talking with friends and everybody in India, looking on the news, that most of the Nepali monsoon rain quota has moved continuously into the Indian and Pakistani side. Hi there, Vivek. How are you? Namaste, Vivek. Thanks for coming back. Vivek, the mood today in Nepal is very low. There's been a terrible, terrible Himalayan tragedy on the Bhote Kosi River. Apparently on the northern side, on the Tibet, China side, Vivek, a high Himalayan lake or dam burst, perhaps because of mismanagement of blasting up there, or I don't know yet the full, flash flood. It's people are saying there was no heavy rainfall at the time. As I keep repeating, the Nepali monsoon has almost totally failed this year. Either just a high lake bursting naturally, or there was mention of some blasting on the Chinese side. Otherwise, how are you, Vivek? I hope your own health is okay. Getting some exercise, are you? And I see, Vivek, you know some background about this. The Bote Kosi River is infamous for floods since ancient times. Is that right? Must be something about the topography, geography of the higher Himalayas there. Perhaps coming from one source, or I don't know. What more have you heard about it, Vivek? Was there any human involvement on the Tibet/China side from blasting or something like that? Not doing any mild exercise? You're enjoying pumpkin seeds, are you? That's nice. Good, good. No, CJ, I've never. Have you ever visited Japan, David? No, I've never visited Japan. I've heard many things about Japan and the culture. They like to try to preserve their culture very much. CJ, how is the connectivity? I'm forced to use mobile data tonight. Vivek, how is mobile data? I'm forced to use 8 out of 10. Oh, well, that's okay. Good. Hi, Anita. Namaste. Ki huni naj kal kumaun mes. Ab tik tak chu. Wow, wow, wow. How are you, Anita Meheraju? How's your family? Give my love and namaste to everybody. Anita there in Uttarakhand. Vivek, no country obviously would do such activities, David. Um, all I heard initially was there had been a huge explosion on from that area. A huge explosion was what I heard. Hi there, Akshat. Akshat, namaste. Akshat, Akhan Gaming, namaste. Aap kaise ho? Sab theek thak hai? I'm okay here today. Thanks, Akshat. I'm fine here. Vivek is saying you can read Vivek's message under the previous Prime Minister, the KP Oli regime. Well, he's finished now, isn't he? He's well and truly finished. KP Oli government here in Nepal. Um, Vivek is saying that under the previous government, Nepal was the all-weather friend of China. Good expression, all-weather friend, yeah. Now this Nepali government is following an independent foreign policy. That's a message from Vivek there. People want to add your own comments about Nepal. Yes, Anita, a terrible, terrible tragedy. Terrible, just suddenly came from the high Himalayas. A huge amount of water along the river. Before the water arrived, the river seemed to have very small amount of water in it. Apparently not caused by monsoon rain, Anita, because this year the Nepali monsoon has almost totally failed. It seems other reasons. Oh, Anita, what did you have for your lunch today? Give us a report, please. I had a very, very nice full lunch here in the Darman View Tower, up at 8,000 feet height in central Nepal. Um, every second day I have here in the tower a meal. They cook me now, not why the plain rice I've stopped eating, Anita. It's just not satisfying for me, you know. Oh, thanks, Anita. Uh, yeah, no, this area here in central Nepal is a couple of 100 kilometers away from the flash flood area. We're up in a higher place, away from the high Himalayas. Yes, Anita, you had your hill lunch. I had my second daily lunch here now. I've stopped eating plain rice. Plain rice is just not satisfying for me for lunch because I don't eat an evening meal. I'm just resting my eyes. So every second day here in the Tower restaurant, I have some cornmeal. Cornmeal. You can say makai ki halwa, with veggies, dal, everything like that, salad, you know. Oh, Anita, I'm missing very, very much the home cooked food. But now, recently, the two restaurants cooking me my food, one day here, one day there, they're much, much more consistent there with the food now. But Mamtaki Ijuki home cooked food is the best. I see, Vivek, there was no explosion, huh? What's the good news, Vivek? What's the good news? Akand is talking to Vivek. Akand Gaming. Akshat saying to Vivek, no country is independent, but may be weak, which we can't look after that situation. Akand again says every country follows independence, but because of the need to make alliances with others, no country is totally independent. That's absolutely true, Arkan Gaming. Arkan Gaming, is there any difference between Nepali food in the daytime and Indian food? Well, not really a huge amount of, the diet the common things in both countries are eating meat or vegetarian, dal, eating beans, uh, rice, eating rice. In India, they eat more khichdi, uh, um, akshat. In India, they eat more khichdi, more pulao, and joli ki baat, curry, rice and buttermilk cooked together. Akshat, here in Nepal, I rarely see Nepalis cooking roti, very rarely. Some Nepali told me that only 5% of Nepali people cook roti every day. Many Nepalis eat rice 2 times a day. Huh. Can you believe sometimes even 3 times a day they're eating their rice? Yeah. Vegetarian or with meat? Yes. I see Vivek saying the good news is the Indian company is taking over 64% shares in UK ports. Adani will be owning 21 UK ports. Wow, that's interesting. Yes, Nepalis love their rice. They love their rice. All right, maybe you people want to talk about food or food items or any favorite foods which you have. Any favorite foods which you have? Let's talk about those food items, yes? Maybe Vivek Adani taking over there. Some UK ports will mean a very, very good, fresh, strong injection of funds and investment into Britain. Let's see what happens, yes? Akan Gaming, you can read Akshat's message here about Adani. Akshat says, oh, Rishi, this is bad. 3,000. Ooh, ooh. All right, Rishi. Thanks for coming, Rishi Barua. Thanks for coming back to the channel. Thanks for coming back, Rishi. Arkan Gaming, Akshat says he's got a very strong message about Adani is only good in wealth, but he's destroying the Indian forest culture, the tribes. He is a bad guy, rather how much he gets rich. I see. Rishi, is there any news about this terrible Nepali flood tragedy? Was this totally natural or was there some human involvement? High up in the Himalayas, there was a high dam or a high lake, it burst. On the Chinese side, Rishi, did you hear? Were they doing any blasting in that area? Vivek says India is the largest supplier of refined crude oil to Europe and Africa. That's interesting. Yes, Anita, you love that's a favorite food of mine. A favorite food of mine. Joli bhat. Is that the Hindi name also, Anita? Joli bhat or curry? Hindi mein curry. And gubba ki sabji. Yeah, gubba is like a pink yam, yes? Gubba is like pinalu, gaderi. In English, pinalu and gaderi Anita, we call yam in English. Yam. Another name is taro, Taro in English. Yam in English, Yam. Pinalu, gaderi. Rishi. I see. Now we're getting more info. Rishi was now you say Rishi. Any more exact news on the cause, Rishi? Please tell us. The water got released from Tibet, China. Now, did it get released naturally, or was it a dam or a lake bursting naturally, or was there some explosive blasting which went wrong? Hi Rishi, you're from Guwahati. Is it your first time on our live stream, Rishi? Is it your first time? Yeah, Vivek, on the same subject. You remember the terrible tragedy in Uttarakhand there 1 or 2 years ago? One village was completely wiped out. Do you remember that a couple of years ago in Garhwal, Vivek? What was the last word on that? I heard that part of a huge glacier broke off naturally or climate change caused by mankind and dropped into a lake. Anita says glaciers break naturally because of global warming. Yum Tum Luge. Hi, Yum Tum Luge. Nice to see your name, Yum Tum Luge. Nice to see you. What's your location, Yum Tum Luge? Yum Tum, please look at the pin message on the bottom of your screen. You can see some of my background, some of Pahadi David's background. Born originally in England, lived in Australia a long time, Yum Tum Luge, and I, as a traveller, I have come and gone to the Himalayas many times from Australia. In total, Yum Tum Luge, I've lived half of my lifetime in Himalayas, so I call myself Pahari David, Mountain David. Yes, Anita, that's right, Pinalu Gadari. Gadari is tastier, isn't it? The vegetable Gadari is tastier. Gadari is like a pink yam, am I right? A pink yam. And the inside, the heart of that, gabba, wow, the best part of it. The best part. Anita, yam in English, yam, or taro in English, yam or taro. Very, very widespread all around the world. Many types of yams. Akshat saying he thinks the British is losing its origin. Akshat says Britain is losing its cultural roots, its origin. It's swamped by so many immigrants, not all who are joining the British culture, right? Yes, Akshat, you're very clear. Listen, Akshat, we can talk about this tonight. Akshat, I suggest you look on YouTube or Google. What is the European country Denmark? Denmark. What is Denmark doing about the immigrant problem? The immigrants there also are setting up centres in Denmark, Islamic centres, starting their own Islamic law system inside Denmark and other countries. Akshat, I suggest you look at on YouTube or Google what is Denmark now doing, taking very strong action to preserve their culture. Have a look at Denmark. That's right, Vivek. I see, because of many refineries in Russia, Middle East, and that are in dust now in the war. That's right. Anita says a glacier broke in Tibet. I see. Akshat says if the water was released from Tibet, China, there will be involvement of China to increase its territory, I think. Maybe, maybe not, Akshat. Let's see. Was this a natural or unnatural tragedy? Akshat's asking more information from Vivek about this exporting. Now, Vivek's apparently giving some more reliable information about this terrible tragedy on the Bhote Kosi River in Nepal today. Terrible, unexpected tragedy. In the upper reaches of the glacier, there are lakes which generally give way when overflooded. Yes. Like in Uttarakhand there 1 or 2 years ago, yeah? Yum Tum Loo says it wasn't natural. Well, Yum Tum Luge. The initial reports I heard, we're just above the main road here. This is a main road going from Kathmandu to the north here, going from Kathmandu, going south through Daman here in central Nepal to the Nepal-Indian border. A lot of oil tankers and trucks and that. Yes, I think the name of that village is called Dharali or something similar to that name. Maybe the name of the village in the Uttarakhand tragedy was beginning with a D, D-A-R, something like that. Unusually, a huge number of traffic going through at the same time. I think oil tankers. That's right, Akhand Akshat, yes, Kedarnath, only the temple remained. Vivek says to Akhand's, yeah, Vivek, Akhand Gaming's actual name is Akshat. India is the fastest growing large economy, will be the third largest by 2029. Ah, Yum Tum Luge, you like my name, thank you. That's it. That's right, Anita, it is a pink yam. Y-A-M, pink yam, exactly, Gaderi. The tastiest one in the Himalayas, yeah? Yum Tum Luge says he wants to tell Vivek it depends on how India transforms its anecdotal resources, yes. Sunshine, hi there, Sunshine, namaste, I'm okay, thanks, Sunshine, okay, here in Nepal, thank you, how are you? Vivek says, India is the largest producer on the planet of hydrogen as fuel. Yum Tum Luge is saying immigrants have a right to be in a country. That's right, Yum Tum. Immigrants definitely have a right to be in a country if they have legal documents. Absolutely. The whole controversy here, Yum Tum, the whole problem here is that a number of immigrants, especially from Islam, do not join the mainstream culture. When they go to Europe, America, Australia, a good number of these Islamic immigrants, do not join the mainstream of the host country. That's right. Anita saying there's they're south of the tragedy. That's right. Akan saying to Vivek, that is China, not India, by exporting. You can't say we are good. I say. Now, Oh, now we're getting interesting now. Interesting messages going between Vivek and Yum Tum Luge. How are you, Yum Tum Luge? Do we know each other already, Yum Tum Luge? Have we met previously several times? Huh? Ah, a familiar feeling is coming from you, Yum Tum. Now Vivek's saying immigrants, okay, let's say legal immigrants, have no rights unless they are absorbed into the culture of the host country and follow their laws. Yes, Yum Tum, I'll try and stay in the middle of your growing discussion with Vivek. This is going to be very interesting. I can see this discussion. Um, Yum Tum, what we are simply saying is, without me wasting words, immigrants, legal immigrants, should to some degree join the mainstream culture of the host country where they're living. Am I right there? Of course I am. Anyhow, let's see where this. Let's see where this. Now Yum Tum Luge is using the familiar expression. Yum Tum Luge is using a very familiar, welcome back again, Yum Tum Luge, using the familiar expression. Vivek, can you see the familiar expression there from our new friend of recent days? And the expression is, what do you mean? Now, I predict that Yum Tum is going to send more interesting messages in the next few minutes. Yum Tum is going to feel that we are targeting him or her. Without doubt, Yum Tum will say in the next few minutes, you are targeting me, you are targeting me, why are you bullying me? I put $100 bet on that. Now, Yum Tum is saying it right in response to Vivek's message. Yum Tum says, I'm an immigrant myself. That is a very mean thing to say, Vivek. You hurt my feelings. Vivek, are you getting some familiar vibes now? Familiar vibes? But please stay on the channel, Yum Tum Luge. Yum Tum Luge. Please stay on the channel. Um, I'm not pressing any delete buttons. Don't worry about that. I'll say again, Yum Tum, you can take this very personally if you like, or your choice. In recent days, Denmark feels under threat. Denmark feels its very culture and its laws under direct threat, under direct danger from the huge immigrant wave, principally Islamic, and is starting to take definite action now to preserve its culture. This is a very interesting thing, Denmark in Europe. You can see on YouTube and Google some YouTube and Google some videos about what Denmark is doing to preserve its own Western culture, basically Christian Western culture. I'm staying in the middle here. Um, because Denmark feels that a good number of these Islamic immigrants, and let's be honest, they are Islamic immigrants, and I'm not racist. I'm just talking about reality. Right. They feel that these Islamic immigrants, at least half of them, do not join the mainstream Denmark European culture. They remain isolated. Half of them do not learn the language of Denmark. They don't join the mainstream culture of Denmark in Europe. Who are you supporting on this one? Huh? Arkham Gaming, Akshat, doesn't want to talk about this current situation, doesn't want us to talk about it. But we will talk, Akshat, because this is reality. And we know we are not racist when we highlight this problem, as I'm describing. I won't be repeating too much of what I say, eh? Akshat saying more, read about it, but don't say anything. No, that's wrong, Akshat. We must talk about it. We must discuss about it. Vivek is saying, now somebody's saying, Akshat's saying, China is really good at many things. Compare with us. Compare with India. Akshat's saying China is good. Look, Akshat, I'll say again and again on this live stream, when a developing country remembers to develop one very essential thing in their development, and that's called discipline and accountability, they always develop much more quickly. Look at China. Yeah, Vivek's true. Vivek is right when he says Vivek is very, very clever at propaganda news. They generally show the flashy good side of their country. They don't show the negative things. I'm sure this is true to a degree. Isn't India doing the same thing under the current regime, Vivek? Isn't the current regime trying to project more the flashy positive side? Not always accurate, not always accurate, rather than the negative side. That's right, Anita, Dharali, Dharali. Anita Tarali with a TH. Tarali is more on this on the Garhwal side, Karnaprayag, different place, similar name. Vivek saying, Yum Tum, what can I do for your oversensitive behavior? All this is very, very familiar, isn't it? Vivek, we know who Yum Tum is. I predicted 3 days ago Yum Tum would return again and again to this live stream. Cannot stop him or herself from coming back. I predicted that 2 or 3 days ago. I studied psychology, yeah. But it's interesting, Tom, what you say. It's interesting. Hi, Boiling Frog. Namaste, Boiling Frog. What's your location, Boiling Frog? That sounds tasty, Boiling Frog. Do they eat the legs and everything of the frog like in France? That's nice to see your new YouTube ID, Boiling Frog, who says, namaste to you, religion isn't a race. Now there we are, there it is, Vivek. There it is for the first time tonight, repeated from previous nights. You are a bully, Vivek. Oh, wow. The same familiar pattern, Vivek, the same familiar pattern, but we're enjoying it. It's entertaining, and Char Hajar, 4,000. Yes. Hey? Boiling Frog says coming from Cumbria. Cumbria is in northern England. Is that right, Boiling Frog? Cumbria is in, Cumbria, northern England. Is that right? Cumberland? Now, Boiling Frog, um, there may be some wires crossed here. Now, Boiling Frog, you have just come into a very complicated situation here where there may be a misdirected message. You think oh, this is getting complicated. But Yum Tum, you love to complicate things, don't you, Yum Tum? You love to complicate things wherever you are. And but this is very entertaining too. Um, uh, Look, I'll go try and keep this short, and I'm not going to repeat on this subject of Yum Tum Luge and the bullying and all. I'm not going to repeat anything tonight. You just have to catch up on previous messages, okay? Boiling Frog, I don't think Young Tum is targeting you and calling you a bully, okay? Boiling Frog, I don't think Young Tum is calling you a bully. Young Tum is probably calling um, Vivek a bully because Vivek insists that every country has the right to preserve its own culture. And Yum Tum jumps in with, yes, because it's racist. I, Bowling Frog, I don't think you're involved in this direct. That's right. Good, good, right. Good. This is going to become very complicated, but Yum Tum Luge, under tonight's again new name of Yum Tum Luge, a new YouTube ID, likes to make things complicated. Yum Tum likes to make things combative, and Yum Tum is expressing the usual patterns tonight. Arkham Gaming, Akshat, no, I never went to the gym. Yum's asking about war immigrants. Oh, Yum Tum. Now, look, this is very fair, Yum Tum. It's absolutely true what you're saying. There are different types of immigrants. Some are escaping war in their country and other things they're escaping. Some people, Yum Tum, absolutely right, are escaping war. They just need to survive. And maybe the host country has given them a visa to stay there just to survive and hopefully work and survive. That's right. Yum Tum again. I will repeat this point very, very briefly. Immigrants being accepted into a new country should make an effort to join the mainstream of the culture in which they're now being accepted. They should make an accept. They should make a strong effort to learn some of the language. They should not try to set up parallel law systems inside that country, which are definitely opposed to the law systems of the host country. Right. Now, now you continue to discuss Yum Tum. Continue. Hi, Saksham. Namaste, Saksham. Thanks for coming back again, Saksham, in recent nights. Thanks for being here. And um, we're having a very interesting discussion here tonight. Saksham, basically, Saksham, you please go off live from it. I mean, you go back for 5 minutes, 7 minutes, and have a look at the text and listen to me over the last 7 or 10 minutes, would you? Then you'll understand. Yum Tum says exactly correctly. We should be accepting of all religions. That's right, we should be accepting of all religions. If we don't, then, and I'm adding this now, we are extremely narrow-minded. Unfortunately, Yum Tum, because this is not a perfect world, some ideologies have negative sides. Some ideologies, religions, if you want to use the word, have negative sides and want to impose their own religion on others. Look at Christianity over hundreds of years. For example, Vivek says every country absolutely. Johnny Lesnar. Hi, Johnny Lesnar. Thanks for coming back, Johnny. This is David again from England, Australia, and Himalayan David also. Currently in Nepal. Why don't I use an iPhone? Why don't I use an iPhone? Because I can't afford to buy an iPhone. That's why. And I'm not asking for anything from anybody. Akan Gaming is starting to understand Yum Tum's psychology here. Akan, this Yum Tum has been coming every night since 1 week now. Different YouTube ID, but the same person. Yum Tum takes all the blame on himself. Um, Taking all the blame on himself. Actually, Akshat, Yum Tum is taking the victim role, playing the victim role. Everybody's bullying him or her. That's right, Boiling Frog. It's not racist. It's not racist to protect your own culture. How can anybody say that? Yum Tum again, continuing to play the victim role, continuing to play the victim role. Um, Yum Tum says he or she is an immigrant living in London. You pay the highest tax bracket. Explain that, you bully. Well, look, Yum Tum, every time I lived back in Australia, I was paying almost the highest tax bracket. Each time I lived back in Australia, as a registered nurse, I was paying 30 to 33% of my salary. Maxwell, hi Maxwell, thanks for coming back. Boiling Frog says, not the religion of peace. Yeah, well, we know what you're talking about, Boiling Frog. We know what you're talking about. Now Vivek is turning the tables. Vivek is turning the tables. And Vivek is saying, why are you bullying me and harassing me? Boiling Frog, no, it's here in central Nepal. It's 8 p.m. Now Yum Tum again, following the familiar tones of Yum Tum's messages in the last week. Yum Tum follows a fixed pattern of messaging, um, and this is coming out in this message. Listen to this. Yum Tum says, now I know where the bullying comes from. You, Vivek, are very, very disappointed with your life, not being able to afford things. So you take it out on other people. Yum Tum, I know Vivek very well. And believe me, Vivek is not a poor person. Vivek is not a poor person. Vivek, look, Vivek, in a perfect world, there would be no trouble. Look, Vivek, we're good friends, aren't we? You're my younger brother, eh? Don't take it personally. The central psychology of Yum Tum and all the other names, same person, the central psychology is to get people to respond to them, to him or her, the immigrant in London, to respond in an angry way, a disappointed way. Remember about those responses, Vivek? Most of this for me now, Vivek, between us and Yum Tum or Trichi or what were the other names he or she uses? This is all for entertainment. We don't really know who Yum Tum Luge is. Um, yeah, oh, I see, Yum Tum. I see what you're saying. Um, you see, Yum Tum's now turning towards me. David, you say you can't afford an iPhone and that makes you mad and then you bully people. Oh, that's beautiful, Yum Tum. I'll say it again and again. Um, you are adding an extra dimension of entertainment and good humour. Entertainment, entertainment. We know this is not all serious, Yum Tum. We know, listen, we know that not all this is serious. You've come here to entertain us and make us laugh, and you are doing that. Thank you. That's beautiful. Hey, Nightingale, in the Philippines, you're enjoying this? Are you enjoying this tonight? It's reached a different dimension tonight, hasn't it? And I will say again, for any new viewers, people who are not sure, just join the conversation. Don't take too much of tonight's messaging dialogue seriously. Do not take too much of it seriously, okay? Akshat Akan Game is asking Yum Tum, what do you do in London? Yeah, what do you do in London, Yum Tum, the immigrant in London? What do you do there? Akan Akshat says, Yum Tum, you can also get attention in other ways rather than being the victim, rather than saying that you're being bullied. Yeah, no, that's right too. Yum Tum says, it's very serious. It's very serious, David, what's going on here, because you hurt my feelings and made me sad. Ah, where's my handkerchief? Where's my handkerchief? Where is it? Now, now. We are enjoying it tonight, Yum Tum. Don't go anywhere, please, okay? Now, now. Now. We're still using mobile data and problems with the Wi-Fi tonight, so Yum Tum, Akshat, Vivek, how is the picture quality tonight? How is the picture quality out of 10 points? Vivek, you often told me, David, what's your responses? What's your responses to other people on this live stream? But I think occasionally you need to watch yours, Vivek, Um, but how to make the compromise, Vivek? How to make the compromise? We have the freedom to express ourselves on this live stream. We have the freedom to express ourselves. Some people will try to take advantage of our honesty, won't they, Vivek? Some other people some of them are trolls. They'll try to take advantage of our honesty. Right. There is certainly a jungle aspect of live streaming. There certainly is a jungle aspect. Young Tom's continuing with the same tone of messages. Young Tom says, David, you can't even admit how you treat your viewers on here. Young Tom, I know who I am. I know what I'm doing on this live stream. I know who I am. Don't you try that one with me. No way, Young Tom and Vivek are talking directly again. Well, look, you can read the messages. Why do I keep repeating them? You can read the messages. But in basically, Vivek's saying to Yum Tum, you like making your viewers cry. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, now Vivek's complaining to Yum Tum. Vivek says he feels very bad, disheartened. I can't bear that disregard you did to me earlier. Oh, let's have a break from this for 5 minutes. I just need to rest my eyes from the screen. Okay, please keep sending your messages. I'm just resting my eyes for 5 minutes from the screen, okay? Holy Jesus Christ. All right, now let's change the tone of the messages here. Let's spend some time on some more useful subjects here. Let's change the tone of the messages onto some subjects which are more. Would you to open up some new subjects, something more interesting, something useful for us to talk about? I'm just resting my eyes for 5. I'm still here. Thanks, Akshat. When I was younger, I used to visit these big, holy places. When I was younger, I used to visit these big, overcrowded, noisy, polluted cities. But I avoid them now. I just stay 99% of the time in the Himalayas here. That's in reply to that Akand about have I visited Kashi, Benares? Yes, yeah, many years ago I stayed a few days there. Brindaban. I I'm not actually a tourist. I mean, I have a tourist area. I have a tourist visa, Akshat. I have a tourist visa, but I've never really been a tourist wanting to visit here and then visit another place and then visit another place, take the photos. I've always tried to travel as a traveler, Musafir Jaisa, Akshat, more like a traveler, you know? Now, Akand, um, 40% of my routine every day is just maintaining myself, um, eating properly, getting some exercise, bathing. I like to bath regularly. Yeah, I like to have a full body bath regularly before I have my food, you know. Um, Spend some time on the internet. Uh, oh, now I must change my location here so I can charge my phone. Just give me 3 minutes to change my location, okay? Today we had a little power problem. I'm just coming back in 3 minutes. I'm going to reconnect here and charge my phone at the same time, okay? Yum Tom, listen, Yum Tom, we do enjoy very, very much having you on the live stream. You give us a lot of humour. We get a lot of humour and entertainment from your messages. You could choose if you want to, Yum Tom. We're now directing the dialogue onto more useful and realistic subjects. Okay, Yum Tom. So if you want to, it's your choice. You can join us to more sort of realistic subjects if you'd like to, or you can continue to send the same messages. It's your choice. Okay, why don't you join us? Join the mainstream, Yum Tum. Join the mainstream of this live stream. I'll say it again. Join the mainstream. Hey, how do you like that one? Oh, there we go. Now, 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 now. What can we do here? All right, I'll give you some more idea of my routine also, okay? Vivek, yeah, let's change the subject, eh? Join the mainstream, join the mainstream, join the mainstream, Yum Tom. Which brand of soap shampoo do I use? Why, do you have any suggestions? Products are limited here in these small villages. Do you have any suggestions about what shampoo I should use? Ayurvedic or something like that? All right, now. I'm just charging my phone, so I'm changing my location. Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh, Vivek, you're saying there's no voice, no audio coming from me. It's no mistake on my side. Akshat, can you hear me okay at the moment? Akshat, please tell me now. Can you hear me okay? Yum Tum, can you hear me okay? Oh, it's coming now. It's not coming. Vivek, I think you have a localized problem with my audio at the moment. I think you have a local problem there. Good. I'm charging my phone again. Good, that's it. Good. Now. Oh. Oh, it's coming. That's good. Good, 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 good. Yes, Akshat, in every place I find that 40% of my time during the day goes on just routine maintenance, sleeping, eating, resting, some exercise. Uh, a civilized human being likes to have a full body regular bath. Yes, a civilized human being. Exercise, all these things, relaxing and things like that. Yeah. Nightingale, you didn't respond for quite a long time. Did you go to sleep or something like that? What are you doing there? Akshat, I'm living in a. To cut a long story short, I'm currently living in a new place now in Darwin. Same place, Darwin, but I'm living in the Darwin View Tower, and I was a small homestay before. I lived there off and on over 13, 14 years with the local family, but now I just need a little more comfort. So I'm living in the Darwin View Tower. Oh, that's good. The audio's restored now. That's good. Good, good, good. Good. Wow, wow, wow. Wow. That's better. I'm charging my phone and I'm just in a different position here. That's all. Good, good, good. Well, Vivek, do you have any suggestions about what brand of soap shampoo I should use? Any favourite ones like Ayurvedic or something like that? I use oh, I don't know. We might make this might become a long subject if I tell you the brand. All right then. I use what's the name of it? Head and Shoulders brand. Head and Shoulders brand. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Ah. Yes, Akshat. No, we can get Patanjali Ramdev Balak products here in Nepal. Yeah, quite a number of outlets here where you can buy. Yes, yes, yeah. What's happening in recent years, Akshat, Akan Gaming, is Nepali government wants to encourage more Nepali businesses to produce their own products so that and so an increasing number of Indian products you can't buy in Nepal. For example, Just reading another message. Yeah, it's all right. No, it's keeping me in good humour tonight. A certain person's repeated, persistent messages on the same subject are keeping me in really good humour. Laughter's the best medicine, yeah? For example, Akshat, I tried to get here some Indian brand Shilajit, refined. Oh yeah, I only take refined Shilajit um, as a general tonic for me at 76. A general tonic I take every day. It's called Energic 31 Indian Shilajit with additives, but can't get it here. But they're offering me several brands of Nepali Shilajit. That's a good example. Just excuse me 3 minutes, sir. Thank you. I'm just going to see a man about a dog. Tonight, David, you definitely did not take your Shilajit. You definitely didn't take it. Just 2 minutes, please. Don't answer one. I've got a suggestion. Akan Gaming, Akshat was mentioning about Patanjali product. Um, thanks, Vivek and others. I'll answer your text now. Now, Akshat, in real life. Why don't we spend a few minutes talking about Patanjali products? Ramdev, Balakrishna, is it a good company? I'll tell you how I feel at the moment. In about 5 minutes, I'll start to talk about Patanjali from personal experience, okay? From reality, yeah. Vivek, in recent days, I'm now getting in the last week, I'm getting regularly every second day local village chicken eggs. Local village chicken eggs are superfood, one of the world's top 100 superfoods. Local, pure village eggs. If the vegetarian chooses to eat them, right? I certainly choose to eat them. And now a local woman here lives along the side of the road, is very regular now. She explained, and the other place, the Gauri Shankar Hotel with the local eggs, explained that because it's a totally local, natural, organic product, local eggs without those poisonous hormones and blah blah, Vivek, that they may go sometimes a week or 10 days and the chickens don't lay those organic eggs. Then they start again. And she's been supplying me the last week, every second day, 3 eggs. Lovely. Inside, beautiful and yellow. Boiled. I love boiled eggs, of course. You can avoid any possibly poisonous oil. And yeah, I'll be having them again tomorrow, probably. Yeah, yeah. Akshat. Akshat, I won't read your. Now, look, you're talking about the new Nepali PM, Balan Shaha, Balindra Shaha. That's right. Look, I won't read the second part of your message about the DICTATO. I won't say that word here because I don't agree with that at all. Akshat, keep an open mind about Balan Shaha, his character. You must remember that in the last 20 years, since the king and queen system was removed, finally, that the politicians here, until recently, have had their own agenda about Nepal and the Nepali people. They've had their own agenda, right? Akshat, you don't need to use the D word here. Keep a wide open mind about the new government, and it was democratically elected, okay? Keep an open mind about it, Akshat. Keep a real open mind about the present government and the head, okay? Now, Vivek, Vivek, I'll only spend just less than 1 minute talking about star, our current star viewer, our current star messenger. Okay, that this is the same person since the last week, Vivek. The same person using different IDs. That's why I say I know you from before to that person, Yum Tum. That's why I said, oh, the minute's finished. Right, okay. Vivek, Akshat is obviously using the term to Nepal. Vivek, I can see that one. Vivek, briefly on this subject, Akshat is using the term Greater Nepal to mean the Nepal which hopefully since December has started a whole revolutionary process, a cleaning process to become a greater Nepal than it used to be. That's what Akshat means there. I'll say again, Akshat, I'll repeat again and again and again and again and again and again. Keep an open mind about Nepal under the new regime, okay? Keep a real open mind on it. A lot of the old corrupt system is still there, Akshat. Can't you see that? A lot of the old corrupt system doesn't just disappear in 5 minutes because the leaders have been decapitated. It takes quite some years to change the old corrupt system into a better system that only serves the people and a greater Nepal. Don't believe too much of what you read in the negative media, Akshat. Believe me, I've lived in Nepal many, 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 many times. Have you actually ever visited Nepal, Akshat? Or keep an open mind on it, brother. An open mind. About the relationship with India and Nepal, Akshat, it's not all rosy. It's not all rosy, the relationship with India. And Nepal's relationship with China is not all rosy and happy either. There are certain aspects, good and bad. You must begin to understand that better, Akshat. Please, please. Keep an open mind on the whole subject, yeah? Hi, Anupama, how are you? I'm fine, thanks, Anupama. And Anupama, as a lovely previous friend of mine since many, many months, don't pay any attention to the obvious um, star performer at the moment on our live stream. Don't pay any attention at all. Don't make any responses at all to the current negative star performer on our live stream, okay? Ignore it altogether. End of subject. Thank you. EOS. How are you, Anupama? Namaste. Or Kihuni Najkal? Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Anupama. How are you? Savraji Kushi Haro Kumaunma? Akand, my suggestion to you about Yum Tum, ignore, completely ignore. Don't, if you see the text there, Yum Tum Luge, don't read the messages. Do not respond. This is a long story going back 1 week, Akshat. There's more behind this story, which I don't need to repeat. Please, Akshat, just concentrate on our personal dialogue, okay? It's much more useful, okay? Vivek, I have met doctors in Nepal privately. Sometimes we talk about medical affairs. I found all of them to be very appropriate over the years. I've never visited a Nepali hospital. Um, Once or twice in the past, I visited an Indian hospital because I couldn't treat myself, only for that reason. Only for that reason. Yeah, no, I've met a good number of Nepali and Indian doctors privately away from their work, and I found all of them to be knowledgeable people, appropriate, correct in their knowledge, correct in their advice. Yes. No, I'm fine, thanks, Anupama. I'm living a long way away from that terrible flash flood tragedy, a long distance from there. That was terrible. Oh, you've visited many times you've visited actually inside Nepal, have you, Akshat? Excuse me. Good, good. This Vivek, look, I don't know the full background story of relations Nepal to India, and I don't know the full story about Nepal and China relationships. Very, very complicated. Very complicated. Who wants to be a smaller country like Nepal living between two giants? Who would want to be that country? Right? Very complicated. I and you, we have no power at all, Vivek, in influencing. We have no power at all, Vivek, in influencing the Nepal to China, Nepal to India, India to China situation. We have absolutely no power at all. But we want for the common people of China, India, and Nepal, for the common people who are far, far removed from politics. We want the common people to retain their good relationships. The common people, and always to talk positively and remember some very, very old cultural roots, some very, very lovely old cultural roots between Nepal and India. Very old cultural roots, marriage, language origins, religious ideologies. That's all I'm interested in. That's nice, Anupama. You're fine. I'm happy to hear that. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Vivek, you have blocked one more bug, have you? Thanks, Anupama. I repeat again and again and again and again and again, I'll repeat, completely ignore our fellow um, person on this. Completely ignore. Completely ignore. That's all I'll say. Okay? And you must understand, Anupama, that I'm close now to the magic 4,000. You know that story, the 4,000 watch hours. Char Hajar Yar. I'm very close to the 4,000. Once I reach 4,000, goodbye. Goodbye to those attempted disruptors. Goodbye to them. Thanks. Ignore it. Yes, CJ, please share a funny incident with me. I see you crossed the border many times into Nepal, some shopping. That's good. Good, good. No, everything's fine, Anupama. Thank you. I'm very comfortable here. Okay? That's right, Vivek. A very positive answer. Um, Akshat, look at Vivek's very positive answer. Nepal is a good friend. In fact, the younger brother of India since ancient past. That's right. Akshat, don't spend too much time on those fake news channels. Let the politicians manage these things themselves. Okay? Politicians have special talents. Hey? All around the world, politicians have special talents, don't they? Let them manage it. Let them manage it. Don't you think about it. Anupama, my lunch report. My lunch report. Abhishek, thank you, Abhishek. Bista, thanks for coming back, Abhishek. No, fortunately, Daman here is in a high place in central Nepal. We're a long, long distance from that flash flood area. Terrible tragedy. I'm hearing that 3,000 people are missing. Natural tragedy in the high Himalayas or unnatural? Natural, I mean like a huge glacier breaking off because of climate change, dropping into a lake, pushing millions of tons of water downstream. I don't know. I don't know. Still look briefly about Facebook. Thanks for asking. Thanks for your concern, Anupama Joshi. Gajab. Facebook, YouTube, Google. Look, about Facebook, in I'm waiting another 2 or 3 weeks when I've reached the magic 4,000 here with YouTube. Then I'll be moving some of my focus away from YouTube, continuing to live stream a little less time. I'll be moving my some attention away from YouTube when I reach the magic 4,000, okay? Um, to get restored back with access back to Facebook, to get reinstated with it. It's a matter of password and blah blah blah. Thanks for asking. That's all I can say at the moment. Thank you. Anupama, today, now in recent days, my eating here in two very nice restaurants is much more consistent now. One has to deal with the sometimes changing moods of the cook in public places, Anupama. One has to deal with the sometimes changing moods and energy levels and interest levels of cooks cooking food in public restaurants. Anyhow, in recent days now, it's much better. Anupama, now that most of summer has passed up here, we're up at 8,000 feet, central Nepal. Climate, everything changing, getting a little cooler. But the real cold won't start until late November, December. I'm stopping eating plain rice now. Plain rice is very versatile food. Oh yeah, but I've stopped eating plain rice now as far as possible for the next few months. Plain rice is not good for my energy levels. Plain rice is not good for my health. So now I'm replacing my plain rice at lunch, late lunch, 3 to 4 p.m. Anupama, with cornmeal. Makai ki halwa, without sugar, eaten with dal and veggies. Morning time, also I have a backup of halwa you can call. Millet meal, right, ragi ki halwa, millet meal with a big glass of pure milk, nice and sweet. So I'm getting right away from the plain rice at the moment. I occasionally eat, well, a couple of times a week I'm eating the Nepali version of khichdi. Don't ask me to explain that, but it's not the khichdi that we know back in India, but can't complain. Right away from the plain rice now. Plain rice, as I become less young, is definitely white rice. Eaten plain is definitely to be avoided by me now, you know? Now some new messages. That's right, Vivek, absolutely. That's right, Abhishek Koto. Definitely in Garhwal they call, are you from Garhwal? In Garhwal, Kodo, Kodoti. And Nepal they also call Koto, soft D like Koto, that's right. In Kuman we call hi Shamatan, hi Samarata, nice to see you again. Nice to see you. Now Samarata, a warning. Please listen, Samarata, listen closely. A warning about current live streaming. We have a current a viewer here, right next to your name. Can you see the name Yum Tuj, who has been coming back repeatedly under a different name? Now, I'm just keeping this very short, Samarata. Please don't you respond even one time by message to this person, okay? Don't respond even one time. I'm managing their messages. 4,000, you understand in Hindi, 4,000, 4,000. Live stream watch hours is coming very soon. Please do not respond to Yum Tum Luge, okay? End of story. Thank you. Akand and Vivek are talking about, well, you can see Akand and Vivek's messages here. Samarata, Sanatan Explainer, I just can't give you my WhatsApp number. Thanks for the nice thoughts. because of the security, my own personal security on WhatsApp, and because there are sometimes some bad elements on social media, I just can't give you that. I can't say I'm sorry, Samarata. Samarata, you can contact me more personally by Pahadi David's YouTube channel, YouTube messaging. Send me a text or send me a short voice message. YouTube allows 30-second voice messages or texts anytime, and I will respond within one day. Please don't ask me to explain again, okay? Good, good, good. Vivek and Akanda having different views about how we think, how we see the universe, and this and that. Fair enough. Bishta, you're from Kathmandu, are you? I see. Wow, wow. Tapai Rambro Hunu Huncha Aj ki Khayo Bio. Abhishek Ju. Ki Khayo Bio Aj. Wow, wow, wow. Mo Daman Meho Daman. Of course, I remember now your location, Abhishek Bista. I remember your name very, very, very well. Your location, of course, is Kathmandu, right? Abhishek Mo Daman Meho Daman Makawanpur. Mera Purana Niwas Cha. Purana Nepali Niwas Daman Makawanpur. Hey Baba Ho. Wah, wah, wah. Yes, Abhishek, very, very terrible tragedy, Bote Kosi. Abhishek, what is your latest knowledge on the cause of that? What caused this terrible tragedy, the huge release of water? Was it a big glacier breaking off from climate change, a huge glacier dropping off into a lake or a dam? Or was there some construction blasting going on the Tibet-China side? What happened? What's the cause, Abhishek, in your knowledge? Please tell us. Wow, 2 hours have passed on this stream. Can you believe that? Akan Gaming, Akan still, Akshat, you've got this negative idea in your mind about the Nepali PM. Abhishek, Abhishek Bista from Kathmandu. You're Nepali, yes? Are you Nepali? I think you are. Listen, Abhishek, please talk now on this live stream with Akan Gaming. Akan Gaming, Akshat, has got this negative idea about Balan Shahaji. Please clear Akshat's mind up on this, would you, Abhishek? Huh? Abhishek? Akan Gaming. Akshat is his name. Hi, CJ. Thanks for staying. That's right, Vivek. If we think good about someone, that's right. Exactly. Yes. Rakesh Rajput from Kathmandu. Rakesh Rajput, the live stream is stable now. There's no disturbance on the live stream. Please send us a message. That's right, Abhishek. Makwan Daman, Malai Taha David G. You said you keep. That's right, that's right, that's right. I stay 1 year in Khorsani and other places in Kumaon. Then the Indian 1 year visa stay will be finished. Then back to Daman and then a third country also. That's right. Thanks, Abhishek. You understand my situation. Vivek says, David, there are many poems in Hindi and Bhojpuri regarding the floods and damage done by the Kosi River every year. I see. Ah, now Vivek, what can I tell you? This you were born in this part of the world. But Vivek, are you aware that in this part of the world there are two Kosi rivers? There's the Kosi River in Nepal. There's the Kosi River in Nepal where this again a terrible tragedy occurred today. And Vivek, there is the local Uttarakhand Kosi River, which originates from Khorsani. Are you talking about the two rivers separately or what? You're talking about Hindi and Bhojpuri poems and stories about the Kosi River, which almost certainly refers only to the Uttarakhandi and UP Kosi River. I see, Abhishek. Listen to this, everybody. I think the CCTV footage on the Chinese side shows them frantically running to save their lives. It looks like a glacier hitting the lake. Oh, oh, oh. Akand Akshat is saying, David, have you been to Switzerland? Have you been to Switzerland? Have you ever been to Switzerland? Have you ever gone to Switzerland, David? No, no. Um, we can say Switzerland is most isolated, like Antarctica. Oh, actually, Akshat, Antarctica is equal to the most isolated place on the planet. Antarctica and Arctic area are the most isolated. Switzerland is not isolated. Switzerland is right in the middle of Europe. Very different geographical situation. That's right, Vivek. Oh, well, you get it. Of course, you're talking about the Kosi of Bihar, originating just behind Khorsani. Yeah. Um, 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 because, well, I've repeated anyhow about the Nepali Bhote Kosi. That's right. 07 Mech. Hi, 07 Mech. Um, oh, I see. 07 Mech. Thanks for coming back after a very long time. I'm right, aren't I? You're our lovely viewer from several months before, coming back after a long time. Have you been busy working or studying or traveling, 07? Please tell us. Thanks for coming back. And I'm now in Nepal for several months, central Nepal. Central Nepal, a long distance from the terrible Kosi River tragedy. Abhishek, I'll have to look on my map later. Um, I'll have to look on my later. I'm still confused. Look, I'm confused. In my knowledge, there's two Koshis just described. No need for me to repeat that again. Akshat is saying, oh, well, you can read Akshat's message about Chinese CCTV. You can read that yourself. That's right, Abhishek. This is not the first time because of climate change a glacier has broken off, fallen into a river. Oof. It happened again also. Vivek, David, have you eaten 100% pure basin? Yes, I have. I have. Many times. Basin ki roti. Yes, yes, yes. Chickpea flour. Chickpea atta. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, excuse me, my mistake again. Basin is Desi Chana, right? Your old name? Basin is Desi Chana, the red one. No, I've eaten many times that. I've also eaten basin ki soup. In Pahari we call basin ki jol, basin ki soup, basin ki pakori. Yes, yeah, local basin, not the packet one, the local one which you get in the markets in open bag. The cooks always say that the best basin ki pakori comes not from packet basin, but from the local open one. Yeah, yeah. Oh, Akshat, I understand exactly what you mean about isolation of Switzerland. Yeah, it cleverly, very, very cleverly avoided the effect of the master barbarian Adolf from Germany. Switzerland very cleverly avoided any military contact with master barbarian Adolf from Germany. Yes, of course, you're right there. Ah, Vivek, dinner program. Besan ki roti, garlic chutney, arvi ki sabji, arvi. Pinalu? Oh, you've got me on that. I think arvi pinalu. In Kumani they call pinal. Pinal shag. Pinal shag. Yeah, arvi, is that the same plant? Let us know, Vivek. You would know. Thanks, Abhishek. You really like the aesthetics of my Corsani home. Yes, it is my Corsani home. Yeah, a very organic place. Very organic. Yes. I miss it very, very much. I must admit, in my 4 homes resident in the Himalayas, here in Daman and 3 in Kumaon, Corsani is the most favourite because of that organic aspect. That's right. Plurkstu, Plurkstu Sabuda, Plurkstu Sabuda. Thanks for coming, my nice friend. No need to call me Your Majesty. I don't have any royal blood in me. Maybe I look a little bit like a king, but no, no, only joking. I don't have any royal blood in me, not that I know about. Thanks for coming for the first time. Plurks to Sabuda. Plurks to Sabuda. Where's that name from? Thanks for coming for the first time. I'm Pahadi David, Mountain David, because I've lived here in the Himalayas, coming and going half of my lifetime. I'm originally, have a look on the pin message, Plurks to Sabuda. Have a look at the pin message on the bottom of your screen, and you'll see that my origin is England and then later Australia. Plurks to Sabuda says climate change is not real. Well, that's interesting. Climate change is not real. That's a very interesting comment. Plurks to Sabuda. Very interesting comment. Wow, 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 wow. Oh, Vivek, colocasia, Colocasia is the generic name of Arvi in Hindi. Arvi, that's right. Pinalu. In Kumaon they call Pinal Shag. That's right. No, I was right on the name of that. That's right. That's right. The white Pinalu, Vivek, we were just talking with Anita before, 1 hour before on this live stream. Yam, in English, commonly it's called in English yam, right? Yam, the white Pinalu. And do you get the pink Pinalu down on the plains? The pink Pinalu, yeah, yeah. In Kumaon they call Gadari. Gadari, the pink one, the white one, Pinalu. Do you eat down there, Vivek, the heart of the Pinalu, the heart of the yam, which is the tastiest part of all? That's incredible. We call in Kumaoni gubba, gubba, Pinal gub, Gadari gub. Commonly called yam in Vivek, yam commonly. There are other English names, less common, like taro, Taro, yam, and arum also from the generic name, that's right. Plurkstu Sabuda, now Plurkstu Sabuda, I'll call you Sabuda, said just 5 minutes ago that climate change is not real. Sabuda said the hugely controversial statement that climate change is not real. Sabuda. Sabuda follows up with, we should let professionals talk about climate change and not just say things in our opinion. Well, there's a lot said for that, but nobody in their right mind will agree with you, Sabuda, that climate change is not real. Nobody in their right mind will agree with that statement. Of course, Donald Dump will agree with it. Donald Dump. Johnny Lesnar, since 30 years now, I just use an Australian passport. I just use an Australian passport. My connections with Britain now, my birth connections with Britain are very, very less now. Only birth, that's all. Only birth. Yes. Britain and its dark, dark, cunning, raping, robbing, looting, colonial history, very dark. CJ, no, I'm not feeling sleepy. Are you feeling sleepy? It's been a long night. Johnny, I like Ruskin Bond's mind and works very much. I've never met Ruskin Bond. Plurkstu Sabuda. Plurkstu Sabuda. You're from Kathmandu. Very nice. Thanks again. Another lovely Nepali viewer coming on. Plurkstu Sabuda. Abhishek. Where is your hometown actually, Abhishek Vista? Where is your hometown? Please tell me. I forget. Sabuda's saying it's a very common name here, I see. Abhishek Bista says, now listen to this. Is Donald Dump listening to this? Is Donald Dump, the master climate change denier? Oof. Abhishek says, I think people who don't believe in climate change missed classes. They certainly did. Vivek says, I can't even, the wheat flour we eat, Vivek and his family eat, comes from my own agricultural land. No urea, no fertilizer. Ah. What about natural fertilizer, Vivek, like cow dung, buffalo dung, cow dung, human dung, if it's covered at that time, covered with earth? Akshat's talking also about climate change. Ah, now, Plurkstu Sabuda. Hello, Plurkstu Sabuda. How do you make all these different YouTube names? Vivek, did you see? Did you see the first clue again? That Trichi and this and that and Vivek, did you just get the first clue? Our friend, the victim, the person who's being bullied, has just shown the first clue of using a new YouTube ID. Vivek, did you see it? Right next to your message. Look, that was a mean thing to say. That's them again. Come back again. Different YouTube ID. CJ says, no, David, you know, Maida products are a poison in my stomach. Maida products are a poison. Here we go again. White bread. Chow mein. Maida ki more. Poison, poison, poison. An inferior food. I see Vivek. Pinalu's also seen at Reliance shops, but you've never bought or eaten. Vivek, you can check on the internet for sure. I'm talking from an Himalayan mountain point of view. Inside the pinalu, the white yam, and inside the gaderi, Himalayan name gaderi, the pink yam, both plants have inside a juicy, like the heart of the plant. That's the heart. If you've never eaten that, I don't know the Hindi name, but it's the heart of the Arabi. Pinalu in Kumaon they call Pinal Gadiri, the heart of it. That's the true taste of that plant, the true taste. If you haven't eaten that, well, I hope you do one day. Yes, Arkan Gaming. Akshat, when I was young, I used to do a lot of reading. I stopped reading, personally, I stopped reading decades ago. I'm much more interested in learning about life firsthand in front of me. I'm much more interested in improving my knowledge and learning about life firsthand in front of me, what I can see and feel and smell. Yeah, I read Kafka and Dostoevsky when I was younger, yeah. Abhishek, Donald Dumb, aye. Now, Abhishek, don't be surprised. Abhishek, you understand exactly what's happening in the last week. Plurkstu Sabuda has now come back in the last few minutes under another new ID. The even forget your name. What's the name you've been using? What's the name you've been using previously to that one? Um, I'm wasting a bit of my time here looking at it. Here we are. Oh, Yum Tum Loose. That's right. You're up to date on that, Abhishek, aren't you? You may or may not need to respond to Sabuda or Yum Tum's messages, Abhishek. You may choose to ignore. That's right, Akshat. Right, the imposter. Donald Dumb, yeah. Abhishek, everybody, Vivek. The only thing I support on the master barbarian, the master corrupt, greedy pig, the chronic liar, Donald Dump, the only thing I support, he wants to keep the USA borders strong and intact. Of course, countries need to do that. That's the only thing I like about Donald Dump. Vivek says, you went one time to Lundur at Ruskin Bond's home. You talk with him, but he didn't open the door. He just heard his voice. Talk with him. He didn't open his door, just heard his voice. Yeah, I saw a couple of videos from Ruskin Bond himself, and he said that he does need to protect his own privacy. He does need to protect his own privacy, and he must protect his own personal space and time. And he said, apologetically, Vivek, that he just can't give too much time to visitors. He said that apologetically, yeah. Vivek, you blocked that. Well, block the new name. The new name, the reincarnation of Yum Tum and Trichi and all the other names which I don't need to remember. Plextu Sabuda. Plextu Sabuda. Very inventive on his ID names. CJ Singer, any vegetables that I don't like? Only one, and it's called lady's finger. I just do not find any taste or any enjoyment from lady's finger. Zero. Oh, Abhishek saying humorously to Sabuda, nowhere did I mention names. I'm just hurling insults to people who don't believe in climate change, and they're taking all of them gracefully. Well, continue to hurl insults. You would know two or three languages, wouldn't you, Abhishek? Abuse them in those other languages which they may not understand. I see, Vivek. You can read Vivek's messages about production from land using fertilizer and not using it. Vivek says 306 is the Desi variety of wheat grown in Haryana. Good, good, good. Akand? No, I've never. Oh, Farhan. Hi, how are you, Farhan Bag? Farhan Bag. Salam, salam, assalamu alaikum. Namaste. Wow, 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 wow. I am very, very happy to see your name after a long time, Farhan. Wow, namaste, salam. Thank you, Farhan. Please stay sometime tonight. Please stay sometime. Thank you, Farhan. Please stay some time tonight. Thank you. It's lovely to see you. Please tell me, how are you? How are your family? Are you having too much rain there? What's the location you live in? The location? Are you having too much rain? Yes or no? How are you? Are you fine? Please tell me. Wow, wow, wow. Farhan used to come regularly months before. Akand, Akshat. No, when we left England when I was 11, I never returned to England. I never returned. I never had any desire to return. I mean, England's a lovely country, beautiful country, and but England has changed a lot because of a huge change in its cultural makeup. I'm choosing my words very carefully there. And also the old dark history of the British Empire. I never had any desire to return there. Um, all right, Vivek. I see. I've refused dozens of times in my life lady's finger. I believe that lady's finger itself. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? That lady's finger itself, without any masala, without any spices, without anything added to lady's finger, without anything added, is the most tasteless food on the planet. Am I right? Maybe if I came to your place, a sprinkle of chaat masala, oregano, and lemon, my views might change. Abhishek says, thanks. Abhishek says, I block them, David, the trolls. Abhishek says, David, I'm here to listen and talk to you and your lovely audience. Yeah, it is a lovely audience. Almost everybody is a lovely person on this audience. There are some other types of people also, but in the small minority, trolls can continue wasting their time, and trolls within limits can continue to contribute, Abhishek, to the Char Hajar, Yar, the Char Hajar, 4,000 watch hours on, which will not make me a millionaire, but keeps me busy. This keeps me busy every night, you know. I see, Vivek. When deep fried ladyfinger becomes crunchy, David will definitely like it. I'll eat it 24 hours a day. Don't reply, don't respond to Sabuda's six line message. Do not reply to Sabuda's 6 line NIG. Don't reply to it. Don't respond. Hi, Thakur. Now, Thakur, you're coming in late here. Now, Thakur, you have a lot of experience, but Thakur, we are not giving even 1 second of recognition to, you can see the 6 line message from Sabuda, N-I, right? Don't look at it. Don't respond to any of Sabuda's messages, troll, Thakur. Don't respond to those. Don't comment on them, even to yourself. Everybody's ignoring, but Char Hajar Yar. Char Hajar Nazdik Hai Nazdik, Char Hajar Nazdik Hai. Everybody's contributing to it. That's right, Akshat. It's true what you say, referring to J.R.R. Tolkien. That's right. No more to be said. Vivek, David, suggest some tasty food with British origin which we can make at home. All right, you're talking about original British food. Look, I'll answer in this way, Vivek. You've heard this before many times. The original British cuisine, before dozens and dozens of countries settled in Britain and brought their own cuisine from India, Africa, Asia. There was no original British cuisine, Vivek. A very interesting message for me to answer. There was No original British cuisine pre-invasion into Britain. There was and there never will be. Not original, no. Well, that was an easy one to answer. Some people say British food sucks. The original food, it more than sucks. mm. Now, Thakur, the wrath of God. Wrath of God. CJ recommends bhindi, bhindi, lady's finger. It's also called okra. You'll see in some English dictionaries bhindi, lady's finger, referred to as okra, O-K-R-A, as I remember, O-K-R-A, which is if I saw on Etym Online, English etymology, okra is of African origin, not so commonly used. Tarkul, wrath of God. What subject is that, man? Yes, the point was that Britain invaded many other countries. The point is very easy to see. My point, my comment is very easy to see. That Britain, over hundreds of years, invaded many other countries. And now, in recent decades, Britain itself, reverse, is under huge invasion. Mm. Akshat, I can't answer your question. What the Brits have in morning time? Normal lunch? I don't know. I left there well and truly. I left it Britain well and truly 64 years ago when I was 11, 65 years ago. I left. I escaped from Britain 5 years ago. Look on the internet, Akshat. You'll get an answer to that. Vivek, now sometimes my Pahadi language ability is better than my Hindi, especially about food and drink, Vivek. Can you give me another Hindi name or an English name of gatte ki sabji? Gatte, Gatte. I've got no idea about the meaning of that one. Small balls made with curd and besan flour. Oh, look, Vivek, I could agree with you there. Besan, besan ki roti is the best bread Indians have given to humanity. Ah, look, with all due respect to the very commonly eaten wheat chapati, I find wheat and it fills people's stomachs. But to me, wheat, of all the grains, wheat chapati, wheat roti bread is the least tasty of all the grains. Gatte ki sabji, Vivek. Can you give me any other Hindi name, any English translation of gatte ki sabji? I don't know it. I see, Akshat. Akan, you use besan ki roti, desi chana flour ki roti in wintertime. It obviously seems to be very heating, is it? Now, Vivek, I've covered this subject before many times. I would argue that the tastiest roti, I've mentioned this before, I'm going to talk about in Hindi. Kangana or Kangana ki roti, Kangana ki roti. That to me in roti and bread is the tastiest of all the rotis. tastier than Ramdana, Rajgira ki roti, and it's called Kangana ki roti, but it's pretty well unknown in India. It's not well known, Kangana. It's called in English rye flour, rye, R-Y-E, R-Y-E, rye flour, very popular in the West. When that's toasted or cooked on a hot plate, the smell and taste of that black rye flour, R-Y-E, black rye flour, or brown rye flour, very popular in the West. As the bread, but when it's toasted, oh, I know of all the grains I've eaten, and I've eaten all of them, that rye flour, R-Y-E, rye flour in English, is the tastiest of the lot. And the smell of that, whew, Kangana, like the same name as that illiterate, abusive, retarded Bollywood actress and, naturally enough, turned politician, Kangana Ranaut. Kangana Ranaut, yeah, the same as her name. I believe Kangana, or rye flour, rye, Kangana ki atta, is available in some parts in Kashmir. Nepal certainly have it. In Nepal they call Kangano ko pittu, Kangano ko pittu, rye flour, R-Y-E in English. It's only used in pujas and used in Nepali. Some upper caste people use it to eat during um, Shukla Paksh Ekadasi, Krishna Paksh Ekadasi. They'll eat Kangano Kopittu, Kanganaki Atta, rye flour. Oh, I miss rye flour very much. Oh, I've eaten breads from all of the grains, believe me, including Ki Atta, Ramdana in Hindi, Rajgira. Yeah. More messages are coming. More messages. Thank you. कहीं मत जाइए यहाँ रुक जाइए मैं कम से कम 15-20 मिनट और रुक जाऊंगा यहाँ रहूंगा रहूंगा But you're right, Daisy, when you say basin chapati is the best bread Indians have given. That's the best bread that Indians have given. Well, okay. But um, like I said, Akshat says, ki roti or what was making? Gatte ki sabji is a regional thing, not available all over Hindustan. Akshat, basin stuffed into pakori in a gravy. Wow, I can believe it. Vivek says your taste buds are just like Desi Chana's taste. Oh, exactly the same. CJ Singer says gram flour laddu. That's the first time I'm hearing that Desi Chanaki laddu, CJ. Vivek says, no, that's not pakori, Akhand. That's boiled in water. Thakur. Thakur says, in the mountains, people cook basin dough. I call it, basin I call, to specify exactly, Thakur, I call basin red chana. Red chana, you call Desi chana. Yeah, Desi chana, just like Vivek Deshwal, his other YouTube ID name. Everybody knows that. Basin I call red chana. if I'm talking especially with people from outside of India, outside of Nepal, I'll call red grams in English, red grams. You're not so fond of it, I see. No, fair enough. That's right. I can't. There are so many names in so many languages, you know. Thakur says it's an old-fashioned food. You can also make from base. You can make like a soup, Thakur. And Thakur, you may or may not know, but in the northern Indian mountains, Uttarakhand and that, we prefer our basin pakori not from packet not from packet basin flour like Rajdhani. That's excellent, but not in pakori. We Pahadi people in Uttarakhand prefer to prepare pakori from the open basin from the market. Yeah. Tarkor says, basin, it's an old-fashioned food. The new generation is almost um, totally isolated from it, right? Only old farts eat them now. Yeah, well, that's true. Vivek says, um, Vivek says, David, have you tried visiting Himachal Dham? Visit Himachal Pradesh and you will definitely forget Uttarakhand. All right, I'll keep an open mind on that, Vivek, in my next lifetime, yeah? Akshat says, Akshat favours Haryana and Rajasthani Desi ghee, a natural food, their own roots. Other people don't know about it, he's saying. Akshat's saying for our states we eat packaged supply foods, so they eat fresh, not old fashioned. I see. Vivek says gram flour soup you're talking about has Haryana variant curry made by buttermilk and basin. Ah, that sounds good. Well, we in the last 2 hours the last hour and a half we've completely changed our subjects, haven't we? Much better now, much better than that troll, than much better subjects than that troll trying trying to dictate to us the subjects which he or she would like. Yes. Yes, yeah. Well, now this live stream will finish any second. I'm not getting any more charge. My charge is being used up. I'm down to about 2% charge on my phone because all the charge is going to this live stream. So any minute the live stream will finish, okay? Any minute. Thanks to you thanks to all you mostly lovely and sensible people who have good direction in their lives, who are not unhappy, who are not misdirected, who don't feel victims. To all you lovely people for coming again and again and again. See you tomorrow night. Yeah, good night, Vivek. Thanks again. And again tonight we had a good night, didn't we? We had some good laughs, Vivek. Laughter is the best medicine. Oh yeah, yeah. Well, actually, there are a handful of other great medicines also, but this is a public channel, okay? So laughter is one of the greatest medicines. Okay? I do know that much. I do know that much. And on that very nice note, which we won't get into anymore, good night to all of you. I'm waiting for the live stream just to disappear, okay? I've only got about 2% charge on. All my charge coming onto my phone is being used up by live streaming. Let's see what happens. No, look, let's finish now while I can still use my phone, okay? Thanks, everybody. This is my first night back. Tuesday was my night off, okay? And see you again for the next 5 nights, inshallah, inshallah, or in more universal language, God willing, okay? And no, Vivek, now Vivek's posing me a very difficult question here. David, how can we laugh alone? But I'm not alone. If I'm taking it personally, Vivek, I'm not alone at all. I have a very, very great friend. I have my best friend that I ever had. That's right. 76 and a half years young. Right. Wow, wow. Look, let's finish now because the phone is still working at the moment on about 0.5% of charge. See you tomorrow night, okay? And please come back if you're free to join the live stream again. Namaste, namaste. Namaste, namaste. Alu gobi saste. Hum kuch nahi samaste. Namaste, namaste. Alu gobi saste. हम कुछ नहीं समझते सारे लोग के लिए आलू की सब्जी सस्ता नहीं है. Namaste, namaste. Thank you, and good night also, CJ. And Taku, what's Taku saying? People are eating now. People are eating. Yeah, we've had 14 likes tonight, Taku. Quite successful. But alone, likes alone won't get makan roti into the stomach. All right then, thanks. Please let me go now, okay? Namaste, namaste, alu gobi saste. Hum kuch nahi samaste. Are yaar. Namaste. Dhanyavad. Please come back tomorrow night if you can. Thank you, Taco. Namaste. Shabash. Wah, wah, wah. Wah. I'd say